Greetings, one and all. And this is Sparta TV, and we are showing you the Malaysian 2015 Regional Championship for Android Netrunner
Winners
at
bracket
Spartan
finals.
Games
Yeah. Oh,
Arena. This
sorry,
is the
sorry.
very last game for the entire tournament, featuring Hongqing playing Near Earth Hub NBN as the corporation, and Bernard playing Kate as the runner. My name is Richard.
My name is Calvin. I'm so sorry to interrupt the intro there, Richard.
Hey, no worry, it happens all the time. Go ahead.
Yeah, so quick thank you to Spartan Games Arena for hosting the tournament. Yeah.
We've been hosting events at just a little shout out for Spartan Games Arena. Of course, this is their channel, but they've been a strong supporter of the local, especially in Klang Valley, Netrunner community for several years now. They've been a cornerstone of our organized play, and we thank them all so very much because they've been trying so very hard to get us all these nice and lovely kits.
And hold the events. Stay open until 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, this is 1:30 in the morning for both these players. And just a quick note, Bernard, this is the final game, and Hongqing has gone undefeated for the entire tournament, except for his previous game against Bernard, where he lost against a replicating perfection. Bernard managed to squeeze out a really, really
Narrow.
really amazing and narrow win. And now we're going to look at the very last game in this series.
It's almost, you would say, the classic Netrunner matchup, Kit versus NBN. I mean, I say classic for this point in the meta, right? Because maybe a year and a half ago it would have been Andromeda versus NEH, right? Or even Andromeda versus Making News, right?
Yeah. But since NEH came out, it's been the go-to for all forms of fast advance and kill combos. And so both these players are extremely tired right now, but they're still extremely alert, which is very amazing. I guess even all the audience members, I think there were about 5 to 10 guys still around spectating the finals.
Yeah, I was there. I was spectating this.
Yeah, you guys were tired as hell.
Actually, I was wired, man. I was like, especially after that last game, holy shit, I was wired. I was just like going, it's like net runner.
And that is what we need people like you there for, to keep them perked up, to keep them hyped up.
Oh man. Yeah, so here we go. We have
very cookie cutter starts from both players, which is Ice H Fun, and the perfect start you could ask for in prepaid Kate, installing a professional contacts and the data sucker to get that early leverage going on.
I love, by the way, that Hongqing is helping Bernard with his tokens. What I really love about that is that it shows like the level of friendship and mutual respect that we have, right? Like, this is the finals. This is for the championship. This is to become regional champion, but nobody cares. It's just Netrunner. It's just plain Netrunner.
Well, don't want to be tooting our horn too much, but I'm very proud of the Malaysian community because we're all very friendly, and so far I haven't really seen that many salty players around.
No.
Yeah, and even though we've been dragging on these games so late into the night, but everyone's still very happy. Everyone's still hyped up, pumped up, and very glad to be playing against each other.
Yeah. It's I think we're very fortunate to have the people that we have in this community playing this game of ours. Oh, there you go. So game on.
You get Astro Train running.
Game on. I think Kate there just suffered from maybe a poor start. Maybe didn't quite have an SMC. Didn't have money to fuel the SMC. Right, to challenge the Astro, and now Kate is under a lot of pressure because if there's a second Astro in hand right now, you're in trouble.
Yep.
You're in trouble.
And so he's taking out the pet campaign.
Because what he does have is money. He's got a lot of money.
And he has to make sure that HQ doesn't run away with the money, and be able to protect all the servers, and Kate has to make sure that she has that pressure going on.
Yeah, man. I just Shipment from Sansan is a good card, but you don't always have the slots for it, so you actually need money to advance cards, right? And oh man, I'm getting PTSD style flashbacks from all the times I fought NEH, and there's a turn 2 Astro, Because I play Shaper as well. I know this feeling. I've been here many, many, many times, you know.
I don't think there's anyone that hasn't felt what you have felt before because NEH is NEH is a mainstay in the entire
Game.
Netrunner meta.
Mm-mm.
At first making news was alright when they had the Astro Train
Mm.
thingy going on, but then NEH come out and it was just minds blown all over the place.
Yeah, it's just
Mm.
I don't think NEH could ask for a better start. I really don't think they could ask for a better start because you got Ice Ice Hedge Fund, then you got an Astro straight up instantly, right? While Prepaid Kate hasn't even had a single hint of a program that can challenge, you know, and he's had to throw away a same old thing, which does tell me that his hand is quality, right? Or at least, you know, not too bad right now. Oh, there you go. Install advanced.
Okay,
First click run.
installing advance.
Enigma.
Get hit by the Enigma, loses a click. And yeah.
There you go. Run.
Alright, he's got the zoo out, which is a really good breaker. Really solid.
There's your NAPD.
He sees the NAPD, he has to take the NAPD.
Yeah, but he's got so much money that it doesn't really matter, right? Like that's Kate's thing right now because he got the Proco on turn 1. He's played 3 money events, very high value money events.
He's managed to even take out a pet campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And he's wishing that he had a turntable. As all players wish when they see a scored Astro on the board.
That's a good question, actually. If you suspect a turntable, do you still score your Astros? I feel like you have to, right?
Well, turntable does add that pressure. The fact that if you score your Astros, and
And they
if you
steal
score
it.
your Astros,
and they
at
steal
least
the
you
NAPD.
have the counter to use.
Yeah.
You have the option of using it for a couple of turns until they manage to leverage that turntable. But yeah, I mean, Astro is definitely one of the agendas you want to see scored out no matter what.
No, but I mean, of the many things that NEH Fast Advance can do, strong ice is not really one of them. You know, especially against a Shaper with, if I'm counting correctly, 20 credits.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are you supposed to do? Like, now Shaper can try and come back, right? They maybe land a couple of crucial Maker's Eyes, like really snipe out the agendas. We know there's not a second Astro in hand, right? For sure, because otherwise it would have been scored by now.
Earlier note to make, Bernard tossed his... Oh, and he gets a breaking news out. And earlier note is that Bernard tossed his Blast Screen Carapace. I'm inclined to believe that he knows that HQ isn't running any form of a flatline.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure they would have played each other at some point prior to this, right?
Yeah. So Bernard doesn't have the SMC, but he's already getting 2/3 of his Breaker Suite out already.
That's
and
the
he
ice you
hits
don't want
the
to see.
very
The
he
last
hits the
card
very
he wants to see.
the very ice subtype that he doesn't have an answer for, and he's just gonna have to.
And it's possibly
He's
the worst
just
card
gonna
that you can
eat it.
hit
Yeah, precisely.
as in against NEH Fast Advance. Like, even I would rather run face first into a toe booth with no answer than hit an architect.
But given the fact that it is an architect, then I have to assume that it's not a kill NBN.
Yeah. I think that absolutely confirms it. Kill NBN doesn't
And
have space for
I think
architect.
it's I think it's quite practical to say that since these players have played the entire day and people would have been talking about cards and decks that other people have played.
I happen to know that Bernard is very anti-scouting. Like, he refuses to listen to, or if anyone starts talking about decks, he tells them to stop because he doesn't want.
Yeah, he's a paragon of sportsmanship right here.
Yeah.
Both these players are, in fact.
Yeah, and there you go. You have he reinstalled the pad campaign from the architect. Okay.
And he's playing a shell game
Now,
right now.
now he's checking the server. Oh, there's a bill.
He's got a bill.
Oh, there's a bill. Which tells us what? Which tells us that that there's agendas in HQ, right? Because if he was trying to get. Oh, there you go.
Oh, and he's gotten.
Oh my god.
He's gotten the second Astro script, and he's gotten up to 6 points, and now the pressure is on.
That I feel like that Astro script was the draw, right? Because he installed the bill and he drew the top card. I feel like that was the Astro. I think he did that because he had to rescue the Astro.
Yeah.
Like, he had to rescue the bill because the bill might have been the second card, right? So he installs the bill, draws the Astro.
I think he's extremely flooded right now.
That feels possible, yeah.
We can't really see from this angle, but it feels as if he's extremely flooded.
But not flooded with the right cards, right? He's not flooded.
Yeah.
He doesn't have another Astro, otherwise he would have scored it by now. But the question is,
It's
do
just-
you score it now, right? Because that's dangerous. Because if Shaper just goes in with like an RDI Maker's Eye Mimic turn, you could just lose the game. You could lose the game right then and there.
On the plus side, that Architect does secure him somewhat.
It's not. I would not feel that safe personally as NEH in this situation because of all the drawing Shaper has done. It is highly likely they have seen at least one SMC.
That's true.
And SMC Mimic is basically Architect's greatest weakness, right?
And so with the previous turns, change of pressure, I think Bernard is definitely in the driver's seat right now. He's taking out that pop-up window and he's planning to go in. He's planning a hammer.
Yeah. Is it the game?
HQ.
Is this the game?
Yep.
Is this the game right here? The answer is
Might
no.
be.
Is he going in again? Yes, third click. Is this the game? There might actually not be any more agendas, you know. I know you said he was flooded. He was flooded. He might not be flooded anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that's scary right there when you have your HQ right open and you have no safe place to put it.
Oh, what a
And yeah.
stunning reversal of fortune! Like seriously, because you go from Astro on turn 2 and now you're 6 points down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Oh man.
It hurts. He desperately needs one more. I think whatever he does, he just has to get one more agenda out, one more Beal or Astro, preferably an Astro. But he lost an Astro already, so that's tough on
It's
him.
difficult. He might not have the third one. The third one might be buried in R&D.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first click sweeps.
Sweeps for
I think the maximum.
Yep, and yeah, he's gonna have RSA HQ or at least secure another remote server.
There might not be anything in HQ because you think about the Architect play, right? The Architect play was install the Beal and draw the card, which to me feels like the Beal was the second card and the Astro was the first card, right? I could be wrong, but it really does feel like that play. Okay, he secures HQ, which means it's probably something in HQ, or he's protecting against potential vamp.
So Bernard double draws into an Atman. So it's Atman strength 2. And he goes for Maker's Eye right into the Architect.
Strength 2
Right
with
through
the
the
Data
Architect.
Sucker. Okay, that's what it is.
And could this be the game right now? Any move could be the game right now.
Yeah. Is it Jackson time? Is it Jackson? No Jackson.
No.
First card, no agenda.
First card is
CBS, trash it. Second card, Jackson Howard,
Jackson,
trash it.
which is a trash.
Third card.
Oh, all right. And there we go. So with this, Bernard is the 2015 Malaysian Netrunner Regionals champion.
Oh man, NEH just. Oh, that's such a.
Well, it was a very swingy game.
Yeah,
But
I guess that
players-
happens when you play fast advance, right? Like sometimes that just happens to you. Like you either go straight out of the gate with the Astro Train or. Oh man, that was so rough. And here we were at the start thinking like, oh man, Kate's in trouble because of that turn 2 Astro. And it seemed like a very safe turn 2 Astro as well, right? Like there's ice on all servers. Oh man.
Yeah, but that is just the variance that you have to deal with, and I think both players dealt with it extremely well. Min Hongxing was a little unlucky on the picks in terms of his Architect installs and his draws. It was flooded.
Those
early on,
three
but
cards in the servers, I mean, I know there's one type campaign, but what are the other two? Like that, now I'm starting to wonder, right? Could one of them have been a Sansan, and he was just waiting for to draw into an agenda and hoping the Architect could have kept him safe? Could he have like been waiting to Jackson Howard past the potential R&D lock? But I feel like if he had Jackson Howard installed, if the runner's on 6 points and Maker's Eyes, you shuffle R&D, right? Like you shuffle 3 non-agendas to R&D, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Or was he hoping that if the runner sees nothing, then he can save his Jackson Howard and try and pull out of it. It's a calculated risk kind of move, right? But it's difficult to say. There's
It was a tough call to make because Bernard, I mean, despite not having the SMC, but having the professional contacts really helped him get the breakers that he needed, and pressure all the servers that he wanted to.
I also would like to say right now again that Artman is still in my mind the best breaker in the game. Right, I think Artman is the best breaker in the game because exactly the reason you saw there, right? He installed Artman 2, it goes through Enigma and it goes through Architect. And there's not really much the cop can do about it, because even if you set your eyes at different strengths, Data Sucker, I mean Artman Sucker is kind of like not a great build anymore because Cyberdeck's Virus Suite is so dangerous, right?
Yeah.
But you can still see the power of Artman. Artman is just such a strong breaker, and I don't think it's a coincidence that you see Artman showing up in decks other than Kate, other than Shaper, right? You Wizard decks running Artman, you have Criminal and Andromeda decks running Artman, because it's a good breaker. It's expensive, but it just invalidates so much of a corpse ice if they didn't plan properly. You know, the fact that until now people still say you have to vary your ice strengths because of Artman, right? Over 2 years after it came out, tells us how relevant and powerful that breaker still is.
And this is a fact that Bernard recognizes very strongly, and that is the reason why he has included it in his deck in this very tournament.
And you can see how much of a better player he is than me, because when he put on the Artman, I said Artman 3 for Architect, without thinking that Artman 2 does the same job but slightly better, because it also goes through Enigma.
Thanks to the Data Sucker.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry. No, please continue.
Now, any closing thoughts on the entire tournament? Because this has been a really rough ride for all of us, especially on the production side.
Oh man, no, but thank you guys so much. I mean, I'm just a guest commentator, so I mean, for me, my load is relatively lighter. So thank you guys so much for putting this up. Thank you to Sparta for hosting our videos and for hosting our event, and thank you to all the players of the local Malaysian Netrunner meta, both in Klang Valley and abroad. Our players from Penang and East Malaysia and outside of the Klang Valley. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we have players coming in from all over to grace us with their presence.
Yeah, I mean, people from Singapore come to our events, man.
Yeah, and they make the games all the better.
Yeah, because you don't know what the heck is happening down there, right? And suddenly they come out and it's like, what is this? You know, because the last time I played a Singaporean, he was like, what, Au revoir Chaos Theory? And I was like, oh my god, I love you. You are my friend.
All right, so okay, that was a very I would say, exciting end to this tournament series, and it has been a great series commentating. It's been a great experience commentating for this entire series so far. Thank you, Kelvin, for joining us, and
it has been an honor and a pleasure to commentate with you. Thank you so much.
And I'd like to say thank you to all the audience if you've been sticking with us so far, and thank you if you have been sticking through this very, very short game. Anyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, I am Richard.
I'm Calvin.
And we have been glad to have you with us. See ya.
See ya.